I'm not sure if it's something to do with the energy storage. I'm losing power on the straights.
Right. And you said the acceleration was okay? I'll take a look at it.
And how are we today, chaps? Everything running smoothly, I hope.
All right, Brian. Yeah, we're just going through a few last-minute tweaks.
Ah, that's what I like to see. With dedication like that, maybe you'll be able to get us back a few more of those points, eh?
Yeah, I'll try.
Actually, Aiden, I'm glad I've caught up with you. Thought you might like to know. I had a call this morning from Toto Wolf. Mentioned you directly.
Oh.
I think they're sniffing around for next season. You're being watched.
So, no pressure then?
So, what's the problem with the car?
I'm losing power on the straights. It's not a massive issue. I'm sure we can deal with it.
Yeah, theoretically, do we have time to install the Spec 2 unit before the race?
Yes, boss.
And Casper's reporting no problems?
No.
Okay. Let's do it. Put the Spec 2 in Aiden's, would you?
Well, that would sort it. I mean, if you're sure.
Of course. You could do with a little boost. A little boost. Besides, anything for our star driver. Casper, how are you today? Feeling good about the race?
Brian.
Aiden, I'm glad I've called you. Listen, don't worry about Casper.
Let me stop you there. Brian, Casper's the furthest thing from my mind right now. I've got a race to focus on.
Good man. In the garage just now, that was my fault. I know how he can be.
What, childish? Self-centered? I'm sick of it, Brian. He's been on my case ever since I joined the team. He needs to grow up.
Okay. You just leave Casper to me and get your head in the race. Let's put that new power unit to good use, eh?
Sure thing, Brian. See you on the other side.
Welcome one and all, and we're in for a real treat at this classic circuit here today. The crowd are ready to go, the cars are ready to go, and we're just about set for lights out. Welcome to the Italian Grand Prix. With top speeds reaching 215 miles per hour, only a few places can challenge Monza's crown as the fastest circuit in F1. Hard braking zones going into the 3 chicanes make up the majority of the 11 corners on this 3.6-mile circuit. And just in case the slipstream wasn't enough, 2 DRS zones will help encourage some closer action. Here we are then, Monza, the 90th time this event has been held, so a special year for F1 fans, particularly the Italians, who are rightly proud of this event and its heritage.
Yeah, it always feels a bit special here, doesn't it, Crofty? Hamilton holds the joint record with Schumacher for number of wins here at 5 apiece, but could snatch it outright today with a 6.
Nearly 100 years of history here, so let's see what this year holds in store for the Italian Grand Prix. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Ackermann, Carlos Sainz, and Kvyat, Norris, Ricciardo, Gasly and Alexander Albon, Ocon, Leclerc, Antonio Giovinazzi and Butler, Vettel, Grosjean, George Russell and Aiden Jackson, Magnussen and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
Right, let's see if we can squeeze some performance out of this new power unit. Good luck out there today. That move was a Casper should be within. Signs is ahead of you. Our gap to the car in front is 1.7 seconds. Great maneuver. You made it look easy. Just a reminder, we are critical on fuel, probably a lap or so short. We don't need to risk a DNF chasing records, so think about starting to conserve fuel, maybe lifting earlier into the corners. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. You're increasing the gap to the car behind by a few seconds per lap. Keep this up. Okay, if we continue to use fuel at this rate, then we won't have enough to reach the end of the race. You need to start lifting off the throttle earlier on the corners. Let the car slow down naturally before you start braking. That'll help conserve the fuel you have left. Just a reminder, we are critical on fuel, probably a lap or so short. We don't need to risk a DNF chasing records, so think about starting to conserve fuel, maybe lifting earlier into the corners. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Got that confirmed? You are in first position, front of the pack. Bottas is behind you. The gap to the car behind is 13.2 seconds. They're on old softs. Pit window will open in 3 laps' time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. 8 laps to go. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the hards. Roger that. Soft tyres at the next pit stop. The gap behind us is 18.6 seconds. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. We're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can. Okay, we can take you this lap. Casper is in the pits, Casper in the pits. Go now. Okay, you only have to stop once now. 1 stop left. The drivers we're racing are Albon and Bottas. Bottas behind. Okay, the gap behind is 30.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. The time last lap was a 1 minute 49.6. There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining. Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty. Okay, we haven't used both dry compounds yet. We still need to come in and fit the alternate compound. Understood, stopping this lap. Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty. Okay, you only have to stop once now. 1 stop left. Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap. Exit. Exit now. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track. This is your final lap of the race. Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty. Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty. Great drive. We did it. Good job.
Well, quite the rivalry forming between the rookie Aiden Jackson and his veteran teammate Casper Ackerman.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of when Hamilton signed from McLaren back in 2007. And we all know how that one ended. Alonso returned to Renault pretty much the moment the season wrapped up.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. Racing Point's performance today has shown that they can be competitive with the veterans of the sport. They're making their way out to the podium now as we speak, and the reaction from the crowd must be incredibly uplifting for them.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better result today. Congratulations, Aiden. Top spot on the podium. How are you feeling?
Fantastic. I couldn't be happier. I mean, it's the dream, right? I've not got much to say. I'm gonna take all of this in, lap it up, and then probably go and ring my mum.
A big talking point, irrespective of today's results, is how you've improved overall throughout the season. What would you say to that?
I couldn't do it without the support of the team. They've been incredible. I'm feeling looked after, and I couldn't ask for more. So any improvements are thanks to them.
It's funny you should mention the team as a whole. Can you give us an update? How is the current relationship between you and Casper Ackerman?
Look, driver relationships are always going to be tricky. Individually, you're always pushing yourselves, and that can cause friction. I can't let anything like that worry me. Besides, we're fine.
Appreciate your time.